I'm live. Look really dark, but I'm live. I'm here today again. I survived another day. That's really nice, isn't it? But I'm trying to upkeep my promise that I will just come on here and talk no matter how I feel and no matter what I'm doing. So how are you all today? My one fan who commented yesterday on my live video. Today I'm here to talk about my deodorant that I've just made. As you know, I'm financially broke. So I've decided that I had to save money no matter what I did. I tried to sell little bits and pieces around the house, like some old things that I have here that we no longer require, and nobody would contact me, nobody would speak to me, nobody would give me $5 for something worth $500. So I figured that nobody wants my junk. So the only way for me to be able to survive and get through this extreme difficulty was to grow my own products. Well, I can't really do that because when the neighbours spray, I can't get outside. So often I have good intentions, I plant the garden, and then I end up sick. So when I'm exposed to something, I can't function and I sleep. So I've been in this house now for 5 years and I just have a few trees in my yard. 2 of them are in a pot and the rest are dead. I have a grapevine which just grows, but last year I had no grapes because I didn't get out there to water enough because I was too sick. So I figured that I could save money on my deodorant and my toothpaste. So I've already made the toothpaste. I don't really like it, so I'm not going to show that right now, but I have made some deodorant and it's working. So last week I made some beeswax wraps. I just got some cotton fabric and I put some pinking shears around it and put some beeswax on it with a little bit of olive oil, coconut oil mixture, and I made my own beeswax wraps because these are quite expensive to buy. And I thought, well, I can save money as well on Glad wrap, and you shouldn't use that anyway. So I just put it in this little container because I didn't have anything, and my wrap went over the top of it. And that's my deodorant. I'll put this rubber band around it for now until I find a little container that I can use, and then I'll put it in there. So here is my deodorant in here. And as you can see, it's quite thick. It's like the consistency of a stick deodorant that you'd put on. And I'll just put it on here so you can see. Just rub it underneath your arms like this. So until I find like a stick to put it in, I'm just going to use my fingers and rub it on there. In this little container here, you can see how much it is. That's going to last a while. And I use 2 tablespoons of coconut. I use 2 tablespoons of corn flour because I didn't have any arrowroot. You should use arrowroot, but I just use corn flour, and it's okay if you're not allergic to corn. I use a tablespoon of baking soda. And then I just put in some rose that I made out of my rose petals out the front, and it's just like a rose. It's a rose oil, but it's not a rose oil because I've made it myself. It's more of a rose water in here, and I put, I don't know, just enough to maybe not even really scent it. It's not really scented, but I just wanted to give it a go. And then I thickened it up with a little bit more corn flour so it became this consistency because it was a little bit runny before. So maybe another tablespoon went into it. It does harden while it sits around a little bit and it's winter, but that's it. My No Smelly Pits deodorant. And I've been wearing that the last few days. Don't know how it will stand up with exercise. That will be interesting to see. I'm not sure. So we'll just see. So that's it. That's my deodorant. And that's I have no smelly pits. It just smells like nothing really. You can smell the faintness of the coconut because I think the corn flour actually absorbs, the bicarb would absorb the smell of the coconut. So you don't have a really bad coconutty smell, which is really good because a lot of the times you do. So the bicarb, or the baking soda, if you call it that, has absorbed some of the odours. If you're sensitive to bicarb, you can actually make this deodorant maybe with some magnesium flakes or something like that. But there's plenty of recipes out there. Would have cost, gosh, $1 or $2 to make at the most. And to buy something like that from the health food shop would be $6, $7, $8, maybe even a bit more. So that's it. So I'm here today, showed you my deodorant. That's it. I wish there was a way of pausing this stream. But I'll be back in a second. I just had to go and get this. So this is the toothpaste that I made. Looks really feral in here, but it's the right consistency. So it's like a paste, but it has too much coconut oil in it. So when I brush my teeth, I can still taste it. The smell is an amazing peppermint, just some mint. As you can see, it's green. But it's too coconutty. Even though there's a little bit of coconut in it, it needs less. So I'm going to try maybe some aloe gel or do some more research on toothpaste before I tell you what's in that. So I hope that you're all doing well, all you canaries out there that may be feeling how I'm feeling and quite isolated and depressed. So tomorrow I'm going to come back and I will talk about, not sure what I'm going to talk about tomorrow because I've forgotten already. My memory problems are so bad. Oh yeah, I'm going to talk about plastic waste because I've learnt a little bit, even though I can't remember it and retain the knowledge. But what I've learned is that all the years that I've been recycling and putting my things in the recycle bin, it doesn't actually belong there. People contaminate it. It gets put into landfill. And a lot of the stuff that we are washing, doing the right thing and putting it into the recycle bin doesn't actually get used. And there are people like my daughters who actually put everything and anything in their recycle bin. It's just disgusting. So I've been trying to ask them not to do that and making more of an effort myself. And I found a few things out for you Australians that you might not be aware of that people actually take recycling to that I never even knew existed. There's a lot of zero waste people out there and I would like to do a little bit of a thing on that. So tomorrow I'm going to come and talk about that. if I'm able. And I will see you then. Until then, it's once again, hooroo.